Hey, what's up, everybody? So the other day I posted a video up about my method for cleaning windows, and I think it was yesterday I shot a video on the way I clean wheels. And to be honest with you, I got more of a response. I wasn't expecting the response that we got. I just was going to show the way I do things, maybe to help you out. But the response was overwhelming. I got a lot of questions about things, and so I felt like maybe my videos left a lot of gaps in between. So I'm shooting this video today to kind of fill in the gaps and help you understand the way that I do things. Now understand, the way that I do things and what I say is my opinion and what works for me. That doesn't mean it's going to work for you. And I talk a lot about detailing being multi-dimensional, meaning there's different facets, different angles, different ways that people detail cars, whether it's show cars or exotics or everyday detailers or whatever. Me, I kind of fall into the basket of all of them. Some of them I do some coatings, I do some correction work. I do 90% of my work is wholesale work with car lots. I have 3 car lots now. Early on, about 6 years ago, just to give you a little bit of a background, about 6 years ago I picked up a car lot, and they were keeping me busy with about 8 cars a week there for a while, and I had a full-time job and a family at the same time. So what I had to do is find a way to streamline my detailing process. Instead of going with a traditional type of detailing, a rinseless type of detailing, a waterless or what have you, I just decided to somehow streamline everything into one. That way I could work the job, I could run my shop, and I could have family time with my family and do the things that I want to do in my spare time. Since then, fast forward 3 years, I still do have a part-time / full-time job. I have 3 car lots now. I get about 13 cars a week right here in this little shop. And I also have my own detailing group on Facebook. So in family time, still obviously I have family time, but it makes it more difficult. The more cars that you bring in, it makes it more difficult to find time to do all the above. So really what I've tried to do is simplify things. I feel like in the detailing industry, a lot of people overthink things. At the end of the day, we're just washing cars. So if we can simplify things and streamline it, then I can work my job, I can run my shop, I can get all my cars done, make my customers happy, I get myself family time, and also time to promote my own stuff that I do on Facebook with the detailing group. That leaves about 3 to 4 hours a day for sleep. And I'm not kidding. That's pretty much the way it goes. So anyway, just to give you a background on why I do things the way I do them. I've spent a ton of money over the years on chemicals, and really what I've tried to do now, I've taken it more serious, is try to find a way to get the results that I'm looking for quicker and more efficiently. Speed and efficiency is something I talk a lot about because that's how you make money in this industry. You start doing wholesale work for a car lot, a lot of people beat up on that. Well, there's no money in it. There is a lot of money in doing wholesale work. It's all up to you and what you do and what goes on up here. How you want to do your processes and the way you decide to run your business and run your shop. I have a 14-foot trailer outside here. That's my mobile detailing trailer. So I also do a little bit of mobile detailing. A lot of it's boats and stuff like that. So you'll notice all the stuff I have in my shop is on wheels. I just back the trailer up to the door, roll everything on it, strap it down, and I'm ready to go. So that's what works for me. Again, like I said, what works for me might not work for you, but what I'm going to try to do is give you an outline, a general outline of what I do, and then you can insert processes or whatever that you like from the video into your own arsenal. So some of the questions I got was about traditional washing. How come you don't do traditional washing or the bucket and hose and all that? And the truth is, if you'll walk with me over here, I will in some instances do a traditional wash. Not very often. 90% of all my washes are done through a rinseless. But I have a huge pressure washer right here. It does a really good job when I need it. If something is really caked on mud, really nasty, engines, format, something like that, that really has to be pressure washed, I'll go with that. But like I said, I try to streamline my process. That way, every time I get a retail customer and a wholesale customer and another retail customer, I don't have to re-engineer the way I do everything. It all is just kind of streamlined together. I might change this or that, and obviously I do from wholesale to retail, but I need as minimal change as possible. Speed and efficiency is most key when you don't have to rethink the way you're going to do something. Streamline it together. That's what I do. I've got a couple of other ways that I wash. I'm going to show you that. But first of all, I don't have a drain in my floor. I do not have running water in my shop. This is what I have. I do have a 65-gallon tank of water. I fill this up, and I can run my pressure washer off of it if I need to. In the wintertime, it gets cold. I'm in Kentucky. So my water is actually on the back side of my house. I have to run it all the way around here. The wintertime, it wants to freeze up, and I get ice in my hose. Done been down this route. That's why I decided to do what I do as far as streamlining my process. So when it gets cold outside and there's snow on the ground, I have heat in the shop. and I got jobs still coming in. I have to find a way to detail those cars that doesn't create problems or interruptions where I can just continue to make money and turn cars out. Speed and efficiency, right? So one of the things that I do, you've seen the pressure washer, one of the things I do, I have a high pressure system. I have a 5-gallon carboy. I have 2 of them right there. One of them's got O&R in it. And basically I run a hose from my tank, and you also notice I have a huge pressure washer, or a huge air compressor. That works well for me. If you don't have a compressor, obviously this isn't going to work exactly the same way for you. Nonetheless, it's a high pressure system. And so when I want to do tires, let's say I want to clean these tires and these wheel wells and this wheel, I'll just come down here and I can spray everything I need right here. You're going to notice there's not a lot of runoff in my floor. I don't have a drain. And I don't want to be slipping and sliding around my shop as I work my way around the vehicle. That's the high pressure system. From that point, I can clean the wheels, tires, wheel wells, and spread them out just like I just showed you on the pre-spray. And it works very effectively, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. I think I've got that mixed at 256 to 1 in a 5-gallon jug, so you can do the math on that. It's not crazy expensive to run a system like that. I do wheels, tires, wheel wells, I do engines that way, and it works very well. Another system that I use is a low pressure system, and this is really a 2.5-gallon tank in this bag that I can roll around. Everything's on wheels. It's got a pump on it, and if I'm going to do a pre-soak on a car, I can just come up here with my low pressure. Or if you're a mobile detailer, you can't carry a compressor and stuff with you, you can use a low pressure system like this, and you can do the same thing. I think my battery's dead. No, I turned it off. You can pretty much do the same thing. You're not going to have the pressure that you do with a high pressure or a pressure washer. But here's the way I look at things, guys. If a chemical is supposed to do its job and I'm going to spend the money and buy the chemical, I expect it to do its job. The chemicals have surfactants in them that break down dirt. That's what they're supposed to do. Allow them to do their job. There's no need to overthink it. But that's just a second method that I use. It's, like I said, a low pressure system. And from there I can do my rinseless wash. I've already pre-soaked it. There's no danger of scratching the finish. I believe in the products that I used. I bought enough of them. Yeah, I do hundreds of cars a year. So I've seen this process worked over and over with tremendous results. My business has exploded because of the way I do cars, and they ask me all the time, well, how do you do all this by yourself? It just kind of works that way. Recently I have hired a helper, which is another point that I want to touch on. When I'm doing rinseless washes, I can do a rinseless wash on this side of the car while my helper is doing the interior of the car. If I'm doing a traditional wash and we got water flying everywhere, it just doesn't work real well with 2 people. So my rinseless wash technique, a lot of times if my helper's here helping me, he's not today. I'm actually not working today. That's why he's not here. But he can work on the interior on that side as I'm doing the exterior on this side, and we rotate around the car. As I do the exterior, he rotates around to the interior. And that's how it's done. So I hope that answers some of the questions. I'm sure there'll be more, but I just want to kind of fill in the blanks of my window cleaning method and my wheel cleaning method that I touched on. Like I said, different vehicles, different cars will call for a different process, and I've done this for so long, almost 20 years now, and I do so many cars that it's just automatically in my head. When I see a car, already I know what I want to do to that car, and I already get the method and the system and whatnot down to do that. So real quick, on my wheel cleaning, or my window cleaning, this is the 1-gallon bucket that I have that has a bug in it. That's the towels that I keep. This is just O&R and water. They stay isolated to themselves. And about every 3 or 4 cars, I'll dump the bucket and put more water and solution back in there. The price of O&R is so cheap, it works well that way. So again, thank you for checking out my video. Thanks for checking out the previous videos. And I hope this was able to answer some questions and shine some light and make more sense of what I was trying to relay in the other videos. Wasn't looking for a big response. That's kind of what it got anyway. So this video is to just kind of fill in the blanks of anything that you guys might have had questions on or how I do things. So thank you for watching the video, guys. Have a great Friday and have a great weekend.